first glance, this looks fragile. A tree no taller than a hand. A forest reduced to a surface smaller than a cup. But nothing about this is delicate. In extreme miniature formats like Mame Bonsai and Keshitsubo, scale compresses biology. The tree does not become simpler. It becomes less forgiving. Less soil means less margin. Less root space means less buffer. Small trees fail faster. What appears refined is actually constrained. What appears calm is actively managed. This is not a reduction of complexity. It is the compression of it. To understand why these trees are rare, we have to look below the surface. In horticulture, container size defines stability. When root volume is restricted, water retention drops. Nutrient buffering shrinks. Temperature fluctuates faster. Leaves continue to function at full demand. Transpiration does not scale down just because the pot does. Roots absorb. Leaves release. The balance tightens. In larger bonsai, soil absorbs mistakes. In extreme miniatures, it cannot. This episode explores what happens when a tree is held at the edge of its biological margin. Not as ornament, but as a system under compression. Most people call a bonsai rare because it is old, or because it is large, or because it survived history. But what if rarity also means vulnerability? What if rarity is defined by how little margin a system has, and still endures? As we move deeper into this world of miniatures, consider this. Is rarity about time, or about limit? Some trees grow into their form. Others are held inside it. In the next segment, we go beneath the surface, into the root system, where scale becomes consequence. To understand compression, we begin with roots. In any tree, root volume defines stability. Not symbolically. Physically. Roots regulate water uptake. They store nutrients. They buffer environmental fluctuation. In extreme miniatures, that volume is reduced to a fraction. Less soil holds less water. Less water means faster depletion. Fluctuation becomes immediate. In larger containers, soil absorbs delay. In ultra-small pots, change is direct. The system becomes responsive, but fragile. Stability is no longer ecological. It becomes conditional. Leaves operate at full biological demand. They photosynthesize. They transpire. They exchange gas with the atmosphere. That function does not scale down proportionally with pot size. Transpiration pulls water upward. Roots must supply it. When root mass is restricted, supply tightens. Demand remains. The imbalance does not need to be dramatic. It only needs to be consistent. In compressed systems, Water stress accumulates quietly. Growth slows. Recovery shortens. Margin narrows. Soil does more than hold roots. It regulates temperature. In natural ground, thermal mass absorbs fluctuation. In large containers, there is partial buffering. In extreme miniatures, that buffer disappears. Small volumes heat faster. They cool faster. Moisture evaporates sooner. Seasons do not change in scale, but their impact intensifies. Heat stress arrives earlier. Cold shock penetrates quicker. The environment is the same. The tolerance is not. When ecological buffer disappears, intervention replaces it. Extreme miniatures are not sustained by volume. They are sustained by attention. Watering must be precise. Exposure must be stable. Timing must be consistent. In medium bonsai, time shapes form. In ultra-miniature systems, time tests survival. The tree is alive, but the equilibrium is engineered. This is biological compression, not aesthetic minimalism. Rare does not mean decorative. Rare means a living system maintained at its limit. In the next segment, we move from biology to discipline, from what the tree endures, to what the human must sustain. This is where most assumptions fail. In larger bonsai, stability emerges from mass. Soil volume absorbs delay. Environmental shifts are gradual. In extreme miniatures, nothing is gradual. Moisture drops quickly. Surface temperature shifts within hours. Wind exposure has immediate effect. The tree does not stabilize itself. Stability is managed. Not occasionally, continuously. In compressed systems, time behaves differently. A mist day in a medium container may pass unnoticed. In a micro container, it may not. Water availability is measured in hours. Exposure matters by degree. Timing becomes structural. The risk is rarely dramatic. It is cumulative. Stress compounds quietly. Recovery windows shrink. The tree survives, but only within a narrow band of consistency. What keeps these trees alive is not technique. It is discipline, not intensity. Consistency. Intervention must be precise, but not excessive. Adjustment must be responsive, but not reactive. There is no spectacle in this process, only repetition. In medium bonsai, time sculpts character. In extreme miniatures, discipline protects equilibrium. Control replaces margin. Rarity here is not spectacle. It is sustained attention. The tree does not grow into vastness. It grows within constraint. Every day it remains balanced. Is a quiet negotiation. This is not fragility. It is exposure without buffer. Some forms are shaped by wind. Others are shaped by vigilance. In the next segment, we confront the question most people avoid. How long can a system like this truly endure? In bonsai culture, age carries weight. Old trees are admired. Mature bark signals endurance. Time is often treated as proof of rarity. The assumption feels natural. A tree that survives decades in confinement appears stable, established, resolved. But age is not only a measure of time. It is a measure of stability over time. And stability depends on margin. In nature, trees develop extensive root systems. They expand into soil that moderates water, nutrients, and temperature. Fluctuations occur, but they are absorbed. In extreme miniature systems, absorption is limited. The environment is the same. The buffer is not. Ecological time unfolds gradually. Container time accelerates. Stress cycles repeat faster. Adjustment intervals shorten. Longevity becomes more dependent on intervention than inertia. This does not mean extreme miniatures cannot endure. Some do, but their endurance is structured differently. They do not rely on excess root expansion. They do not accumulate large ecological reserves. Their survival is precise, balanced between supply and demand, between exposure and protection, between growth and restraint. Time does not simply pass over them. It must be negotiated. When margin is narrow, longevity becomes conditional. Not impossible. Not mythical. Conditional. The tree can persist. But persistence depends on sustained equilibrium. In larger bonsai, age often feels inevitable. In extreme miniatures, age feels maintained. Rarity, in this context, is not only about how long a tree lives. It is about how little room it has to do so. Some systems endure because they are expansive. Others endure because they are carefully held within limit. In the final segment, we return to the question that began this episode. What does rare truly mean? When people think of rare bonsai, they often imagine scale, ancient trunks, massive forms, centuries contained in a pot. But rarity is not scale. It is condition. Some trees are rare because they endured time, some because they survived geography, and some, like these, are rare because they exist within compression. Extreme miniatures are not impressive because they are small. They are rare because they remain balanced, where balance is difficult. In larger bonsai, form develops through expansion. In extreme miniatures, form is held within limit. Growth is restricted. Resources are finite. Margin is narrow. And yet, the system persists. Not by accident. Not by excess. But by precision. Rarity, in this context, is not spectacle. It is equilibrium maintained where equilibrium is fragile. Not everything rare is ancient. Some things are rare because they are sustained at the edge. This is what rare bonsai on Earth explores. Rarity shaped by time. Rarity shaped by environment. Rarity shaped by limit. Each episode examines a different boundary. Not to instruct, not to impress, but to understand why these trees matter. If this perspective deepens how you see bonsai, continue with the next tree in the series. Because rarity is not a category, it is a condition, and some conditions are quieter than others.